This is KCAU 9 News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jason Toktagian. Hundreds of archers from all over the world gathered in Yankton, South Dakota for the World Archery Field Championship, where only the best of the best remained. And it's in our top story at 6. The World Archery Field Championships have been taking place in Yankton this past week, with competition wrapping up Sunday. Yankton has hosted the World Championships for a few years now, and it has made the Siouxland community an international destination. The Yankton mayor has noticed the city's interest in the sport since the championship has landed there.
I just think what a wonderful opportunity for folks in the Midwest to come out and see the best shooters in the world competing for medals, and we're just really ecstatic that we were able to host it here in Yankton.
And coming up tonight, we'll share more about the event and the experiences of those involved. The Tunnels to Towers run has honored fallen veterans and first responders since 9/11. And more than 100 people in Sioux City took part in the 5th annual 5K run and walk. Tunnels to Towers raises money for a few things: constructing smart homes for injured combat veterans, a program to pay mortgages for first responders, and building homes for Gold Star families. The race director says these events help honor heroes.
I have a couple siblings that have no clue. They weren't alive, they weren't old enough to remember, and so it's our job to share that and honor those people that did lose their lives.
The Sergeant Bluff Fire Department and police were also in attendance, and some even ran in full gear. Now, in celebration of the fall season, the Sioux City Public Library is hosting a variety of events for the little ones to enjoy, and that includes arts and crafts. The kids created a sun catcher with colored paper today, and anyone who didn't get the chance to participate today will have a chance tomorrow. Now, it's fun events like today's that make lasting impacts for the kids.
Next year, when they decorate for fall, they can pull out this leaf and think about the time they had with their library and how much they enjoyed that, and also even for years to come. I know I'm still pulling out crafts from my kids 10 years ago that I'm like, oh, they were so sweet.
Upcoming events include a showing of Hocus Pocus, the movie, on October 22nd at 2 p.m. with craft activities. Now, the Iowa Air National Guard has a new Deputy Adjutant General, and he's from right here in Sioux City. Colonel Mark Muckey was announced to the new position on Thursday by Governor Kim Reynolds, who went on to praise Muckey's years of military service and experience. Muckey's appointment also means a promotion to the Brigadier General rank, replacing Brigadier General Sean Ford, who retired in August of this year. A Woodbury County family trying to prevent a pipeline company from surveying their land will get their day in court. A judge denied Navigator Heartland Greenway's request for a temporary injunction that would have allowed survey work to begin. William and Vicki Halsey of Mobile have twice denied the company access to their land, leading Navigator to file a lawsuit. But the Halsey's family countersued. In making his ruling, District Judge Roger Saylor indicated that should he rule in favor of the temporary injunction, it would have created a, quote, one-time remedy, leaving the Halsey family without due process. Saylor added that it is unusual for a temporary injunction to be, a, quote, identical to the relief sought in the underlying petition, end quote. The two parties as counsel were ordered to meet and set a time for the trial of the petition and the counterclaims. Summit Carbon Solutions, the company also wishing to build a CO2 pipeline through Siouxland, will get a chance to make its case to the Iowa Utilities Board. Now, they've set December 13th to hear arguments in Des Moines. Location of the proposed pipeline, local land use, and injury to property as compared to safety issues subjected to federal jurisdiction are up for debate. Now, this news comes a day after the board denied a request for an environmental study regarding Summit's CO2 pipeline. The request came from the Winnebago tribe of Nebraska, and the board said they will consider specific environmental issues it has. Iowa Secretary of State is pushing a program that would help survivors of domestic violence. Now, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and the Safe at Home program provides survivors of domestic violence an alternate address. Now, this goes for sexual assault, trafficking, or other crimes. And Secretary of State Paul Pats says there were more than 325 domestic violence deaths in Iowa from 2015 to 2020. The program is confidential and intended to get survivors out of a bad situation as soon as possible.
You're working with these advocates, they understand you're already going through a lot of issues. They don't need to add to it. In fact, they'll be very aggressive in helping counsel you, get you services you need, and if you need to get out of that situation physically, they can assist them in getting them shelter and putting them on the path to getting their lives back together.
Authorities remind anyone dealing with domestic violence to call 911 for help. Well, it's now time to check in with meteorologist Ethan Foreman. Now, it's got a little chilly as of late, but do we have another warm-up on the way?
Yeah, we actually do, Jason. We will warm up feeling more like August, actually, or maybe early September rather than October. Looking at temperatures today, many of us sitting in the mid to upper 60s, but some low 60s to our north and west. Wind speeds are quite strong out there as well, mainly out of the west, around 5 to 15 miles per hour. And those will actually increase for several days next week. We have 5 days in the forecast that are going to be windier than today. So pretty crazy. But look at the overnight lows we got down to last night. 23 degrees in Sioux City, 19 degrees in Sheldon for the overnight low. Today we saw high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, and will continue to warm up every day for the next several days. Lows tonight will be forecasted down into the mid 30s, so a little bit warmer than last night. And highs tomorrow will generally be pretty nice in the mid 70s for many of us. All of your full 9 on 9 forecast coming up and just after the football games.
Alrighty, thank you, Ethan. And that will do it for KCAU 9 News at 6. Make sure you join us tonight after college football for the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a good one, guys.